Hope everybody's having a good day. Welcome to the Marc and Coco show. We are back, baby. We're at it again. In these streets, creating fabulous feats. What's going on, Coco? What's going on with
you? Creating what?
Fabulous feats.
Okay. I'm tired. I'm still tired. Can't you see like the bags under my eyes, and my eyes are like this?
I ain't touching that with a 10-foot pole.
I'm trying to keep my eyes open, but my eyes are just like, oh.
Well, you seen the cartoons? Go get you some toothpicks.
I don't know if we have any.
You really thinking about getting some toothpicks? What's wrong with you?
No, I'm like, wait, do we even have toothpicks? I'm literally like, wait, do we have those?
You might have been watching Bugs Bunny way too much.
I never watched those cartoons. I thought they were boring.
Yeah, they are kind of boring.
Okay, so it's not just me?
Nah, they're boring. They just cartoons.
But some cartoons are better than I love the Smurfs.
It's like having...
And the Munchichis. I don't know if a lot of people remember that one. The Wuzzles.
Yeah. Way up in the trees, it's a Munchichis. You used to love that show.
Oh my God, you remember the theme song?
Yes, because you love that show. You love that show.
I don't even remember the theme song, but you remember it.
Yes. Yes, you love that show. We had to watch that show.
The other one. And the Snorkels. I used to love that one. Remember that one with the underwater creatures that had the little things?
Snorkels.
Yeah, the Snorkels.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my jam.
Yeah, I remember them.
That was my jam. That's when cartoons were just cartoons. And kids didn't understand the innuendos that they were speaking of.
Oh, no. You talking about cartoons from the 70s, man.
No, it's from the 80s.
Like Scooby-Doo and Jabberjaw and Doom Buggy.
What is that? I know Scooby-Doo, but Jabberjaw?
Jabberjaw, yeah.
I don't know Jabberjaw.
It was a shark that it was like Scooby-Doo but with a shark. And they were a band, and the shark was the drummer.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and he talked like Curly from the Three Stooges. You know Curly? The kind of chubby guy, the bald head.
Which one is that?
The one who used to go, yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I don't think I watched that. Was that before my time or?
Yeah. That's before your time.
That's what I was like, wait, I don't remember that because, I was an 80s, 90s kid.
It was probably like 5 BN before Nicole.
Oh.
5 BN, yeah.
It's amazing that Scooby-Doo is still around, though.
Yeah. I love
Scooby.
They just keep rehashing him.
Yeah, but he's such a lovable little character. He doesn't think he's a dog, and he's like dog, and he's like looking around like, where's the dog? You're not talking about me.
Yeah, old Scooby-Doo.
But we have completely, I don't even know how we got to talking about cartoons. Oh, it was the teeth in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you?
Doing all right. Staying out of trouble.
Life. Are you staying out of trouble?
Yeah, I'm always staying out of trouble.
Or are you just saying that because the statutes of limitation have not expired?
No, I don't have any statutes against me. I don't have any bench warrants or nothing, so I'm good.
All right. Well, Mom would be so proud. That would make Mom just so proud to hear that.
Yet another reason to love a baby boy. Mm-hmm.
He has no outstanding warrants.
So we got a big one on our plate today. So what you got for us, Coco?
Well, It's pretty hard not to talk about it. Everyone's talking about it, and that's the Meghan Markle and the Prince Harry interview with Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours. I didn't know it was going to be 2 hours, so I only watched 1 hour, and then I had to go back and watch the other hour. So,
Yeah.
what are your overall thoughts? And then we'll kind of like pick it apart.
Not surprised.
Surprised?
Not surprised at all. I'm surprised that she said it. I'm not surprised at what was going on.
Right.
So
That was very surprising that she was very honest, and it came
yeah,
off very genuine to me.
yeah. But you know, and there's a lot of people online saying like, "Oh, she's black."
I know
Like,
that was another thing. People were like, "Wait, we didn't know she was black," and it's like, where have you been?
yeah, then that tells you how much people pay attention. You know, um, people just don't
Although
pay
I will
attention.
say she's not um like Obama black
No,
in terms of um
no, she's
being
very mulatto.
biracial. Yeah. Which is
Very mulatto.
interesting because there's this interesting assumption that when your mother is black, you tend to be more darker
Yeah.
complexion, more
Well,
black
even well,
ethnically,
even
but
even her even her mother is about the complexion of Obama. I mean, she's not a
her
dark skinned woman.
mother's pretty. No, she's like brown skin, almost dark skin. Maybe it's just because when she's standing next to white people or lighter skinned people, she just looks
Yeah,
really dark.
yeah,
But
she's not. Yeah, she's not dark skin. She's not.
no, she's not
Not,
chocolate,
mm-mm.
but she's black. Very, very black.
Yes, ma'am. So I mean, that to me, that's what really astonishes me that people didn't know. A lot of people didn't know she was black.
Mm.
But
So that entire interview was probably like confusing to them.
probably so.
If you didn't
Probably
know she
so.
was black, and this is like, oh my God, like,
Yeah, and that and the fact that people just kind of wrote it off like, you stop complaining. You living in a palace and you married a prince and all this other stuff. And it's like
yeah,
everything is relative. Everything is relative.
exactly.
It and plus it goes to show no matter how much money you have, no matter how famous you are, no matter how talented you are, they're always gonna find a way to bring you down below them. Always. Always.
Yeah. Vile people will always attack you. They don't care what level you're at, really.
Yeah, the shut up
They're
and
the same
dribble.
ones that'll kick you when you're down. It's like, I'm already
Yeah,
down. You've already put me down here on the ground. Why are you still kicking me?
yeah. Like the whole shut up and dribble thing. She better enjoy her time where she's at, because where people at Fox, yeah, they don't like, and this is their history. This is Fox. This ain't me. Fox does not like aging women. They don't.
Aging?
They don't. Aging. Yeah.
Like, who's aging?
They
Who are you talking about? Megan?
no, the newscasters on Fox News.
Oh, the ones that were like, we didn't know she was black. They were talking about
Yeah,
that on there.
yeah, talking crazy and just
They're
talking
just
about
so
black
out of
people in
touch.
general.
They're just so out of touch. I just don't understand
Yeah.
how. Anyway, I don't want to talk
They're
about
not they're not out of touch. They know what's going on.
it. Yes,
They
they
just
are. They're trying to.
they
They're
have a brand and they trying to, yeah, they have a brand and it's their job to sell the brand.
and that's out. I perceive that as being out of touch.
No, what's out
I'm
of
not
what
their demographic either. I'm very aware.
no.
No.
What makes them out of touch is that after their tenure at Fox, they think everybody's just gonna forget everything.
Oh yeah,
It's like
that's
it's not gonna happen that way.
that's virtually impossible these days. Not how the
Yeah, like
internet
like
catalogs
when yeah,
information.
like when Rush Limbaugh died. I mean, yeah, people are like, oh, he was the greatest radio host ever. We need to. you know, he was a true patriot and all this other stuff. And people were like, no, he wasn't. He was a terrible person. They were like, how do you speak ill of the dead like that? Like, man, screw that dude. Nobody cared. Nobody liked him when he was alive. Nobody liked him when he was
Yeah, he just seemed like
dead. And yeah, and you know what's sad is that he basically destroyed his own legacy because ain't nobody gonna remember Rush Limbaugh 10 years from now.
they're
Nobody.
not.
He
They're
had he did nothing to move us as a people forward. He did nothing. All he did was put up blocks, um, obstacles, and just talk trash. That's all he did.
yeah, he's very
It,
oppressive.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the people in Buckingham Palace do the same thing.
Yeah.
So you know, there's the thing of being what they say being on the right side of history. That's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a real thing. And I think people are like, you know, well, forget tomorrow as long as the night before is sweet. You know, if you think that people are going to build monuments, you know, of you, it's not going to happen.
Mm.
It's not going to happen because one, people who remember won't like you, and people who do remember you will forget you because you didn't do anything to push anything forward.
The more you know, I feel like the little more you know little symbol needs to go across the
Yeah.
screen here.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yep.
My overall reaction was um like I could still tell that she still had a little, like she was still fearful. Like you could tell she was scared
You can
to
tell she was hurt.
talk about it. Yeah, you could
Yeah.
really see the pain.
Yeah, you can tell she
Um,
was hurt. And I
um,
guarantee you, she's not reminded of her black that much. I guarantee you.
I don't think so. And I think this was probably very
And that's,
surprising for her.
yeah, she's like, dang, you know, like, I don't,
Because she's able to move, like she's able to be a
yeah,
chameleon in that way. Because
right.
I saw her in this black movie, and she looked like you could tell she was black. But then she was in this other movie, and she was playing a white woman, and she looked, you wouldn't think twice
Yeah,
about her ethnicity. So she definitely has a look that allows her to kind of ebb and flow between the two races
right.
for sure. So I'm sure that was very um I don't even know what the word is.
I'm sure
Disturbing,
well,
off-putting,
it was
shocking,
traumatic. It was very traumatic
traumatic.
to
Yeah.
her. I'm sure it was like, people gonna do whatever they got to do to make themselves feel better.
And then I think they lied to her and said that the perception was for her that they really did care about her, and then I think she learned more and more that they really didn't.
I think she knew going into it, and I think she did it more for Harry.
Well,
I
yeah,
think she, I think she kind of. I mean,
she was
just
definitely
don't
giving
have
up a
like
lot for him. Yeah.
they just don't hit the switch overnight. I mean,
No.
these people are like set in their ways, very private. So I guarantee from the giddy up there was tension. I guarantee you from the giddy up there was tension,
Yeah, I'm sure it
and
was.
stuff was said, and I think I'm pretty sure they didn't want Harry to marry her, but the royal family. I think royal family. Now, everybody who works in the PR department for Buckingham Palace, or the firm as they call it,
That was
oh,
interesting too when she referred to them as the firm. I was like, well,
oh yeah, they've been called the firm
I've
since the
never heard that
'70s.
terminology. But see, I'm not really
Yeah,
that into the royal
well,
family and all
yeah,
that.
because it's a machine. It's because I mean they don't have real power.
No, they don't.
So
They don't.
so it's a machine. It's a machine. It's been a machine.
Yeah.
It's just a PR machine. That's all it is. But um, but it's crazy how people will remind you who you are.
And who they are in the process of reminding
Oh,
you
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Hmm.
and and by doing that, reminding you, they show you who they are. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, is there going back? No, ain't no going back. I don't think she's going back.
Why
I
would you?
think,
He doesn't want
yeah,
to go back. I think at this point because that's something that he talked about too, which was very interesting to hear, but I'm not surprised that he felt that way about how he felt stuck.
well, yeah. I mean, because I mean,
And now he's outside of it. It's like, why would I want to go back into that? It's not worth it.
yeah,
You
because
know,
it's really
maybe
it's
the
really toxic.
sacrifice of having relationships with his family, it may be worth it, you know? Sometimes you kind of
Yeah,
have to step away from people that are
yeah.
family.
He's gonna be okay no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They both
So
are.
no matter what, yeah, he's gonna be okay no matter what. So he really doesn't need Buckingham Palace.
No.
He's gonna be fine. But the thing about Buckingham Palace, they're always gonna have an interest in him. Always,
Right, because he's tied to the family by blood.
he's a well, not that, not just that. He's the biggest story they got going.
Right.
So he's always going to be tied to them. I mean, they're always going to have an interest in them. So they're always going to be reaching out to him. I'll be interested to see how much he reaches back. Um,
Mm, I don't know. I don't think so.
because I mean,
So there's
if
so
I
many
if
there's
if
so
I
many levels of disrespect as like him being her husband and like the father of Archie, their son. Like there's a whole long it's so many layers of disrespect that it would be
yeah,
hard. Because I know you can relate to that. Like if someone was to
and
disrespect your family in that way,
and
that was
plus
a family member.
and plus your brother. I mean, if that would have say that would happen to you, I would have put out a statement immediately, right out. I mean, right after the interview.
But I wouldn't have expected that.
No, this one you shouldn't have expected, but
But that
because
goes into the point, like if that was the case, then I wouldn't have felt stuck in the palace. I feel like that's just an unrealistic expectation. Because if
well,
that was the case, things would be different because they would
no,
be allowed to be different within that constraint of the palace and the royal family and all that stuff.
no,
I
I
would
mean,
never
because
expect his brother to release a statement. Why would he?
no, not his mother, his brother.
His brother, that's what I said. I
Yeah,
would not expect his brother to. Do you think his
I
brother
would.
will? Really? Why?
If eventually he would, because he really didn't throw his brother under the bus like that. He really didn't say anything about his brother. He was really talking about his dad.
Well, let's speaking of
That's what he
that,
was
I want
really
to
focused
go
on.
to the point where they were talking about that, about his, because she asked him about the relationship with his brother. Um so she
But by his
asked him
brother not
about
putting,
hmm?
by his brother not putting out a statement, that's it. That says it all.
But I
That
don't
tells me
think
everything. You know what team
so.
he's on. Yeah, you know what team he's on. Those two were ride or die,
Well,
right?
yeah, because he
They
says
were ride
he
or die.
says in the interview, like, I love William to bits. He's my brother. We've been through hell together, but we are on different paths. Um, and
Yeah,
so she asked
because his
him to
brother sold out.
characterize the relationship at the present moment, and he said, "Space, time heals all things, hopefully." So I
Yeah,
don't.
because
I think he just.
his brother sold out. His brother sold out.
But
His
his
brother has
brother
been
sold out by birth. Like when if that is what you are exposed to by birth, how would you know that there's anything else besides that?
because he was Princess Di's child. They
Well,
were
their
exposed
mother
to
died at such a pivotal period for
yeah,
them, though. So they didn't
yeah.
have their mother. I think
No,
their
but
reality would be completely different had their mother been alive, but that's not the reality.
The thing is that the world treated them differently than any other of the royals, hands down.
Yeah, but you
They
have to
treated them totally
remind
different.
yourself that they're in this bubble. They don't always see what the outside world is
But
saying
that's the
or
thing.
views them.
But Harry was able to get outside the bubble before he even got married. They,
A
they were
little bit,
all
yeah,
doing.
yeah, because he had a lot
They
of
were
scandals that
all,
they cleaned up.
yeah. They were all, doing different things and blah blah blah. But his brother just kind of sold out. His brother said, "You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and toe the family line."
I don't feel that he felt that he had a choice, though.
Yeah, you always got a choice.
But see, you're missing my point. When you are indoctrined in that way from birth, that is the only thing that you know. Yes, his brother is out there experiencing things and being able to like live his life, but he doesn't have the same space to do that. So it's really hard for me to expect him to be like,
No, I
oh man,
disagree.
I need to get out. I think
I
maybe
disagree.
now seeing his brother actually out, that may give him a little bit more understanding.
No, I think it's too late. I think
Well, not now, but I think maybe he'll start to understand why his brother left.
No, he's gonna realize that he was a douchebag, because I think he had a choice. He had a choice, and he chose to stay. He had a choice.
Well, he does. I do. Everyone has choices. I just don't know that he felt that he could make that choice, that decision, because that's hard. It's really hard to step out there like that. So where is he gonna go? Because you look at Harry. Harry had Meghan. That's why he was able to step out.
Well, yeah, because William, he did exactly what his dad would have done. He picked what's her name, Kate. Mm-hmm. He picked another Diane, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody thought, well, I mean, she was just a commoner, Oh,
you mean from that standpoint?
Yeah. And they made such a big fanfare about it, and the world just went, hey.
Because she wasn't another Diana. She was just like, no. It was like, okay, she's very.
There's another white lady.
She just didn't seem like she had personality. You know what I mean? Like she just. Yeah. And I don't know. And also too, I heard reports where that's not how she was before. And so in order for her to assume the role, she had to kind of shut that part of herself off.
She had to assimilate.
Which is like, I don't know that I could do that. I really like, I know love is, love will make you do some things, but I think.
Because she's, you don't even hear about her family. They should all that day.
You hear about her sister every now and then, but no. Man, I think what I think happened is I feel that people were falling in love more with her sister than her. And so they had to shift the conversation. It was like, no, that's distracting from the royal family.
Yeah. And I think Harry kind of stole the show.
He always did. He always did, even since he was a little boy.
Yeah, he stole the thunder.
Because he would sit there and he'd be like looking around, and then William's just like sitting there looking straight ahead.
Yeah. So, I think they stole all the thunder, and I think William is a little jealous. I think he's a little jealous because I guarantee he's like, I'm stuck with this shit,
Like, really? This is
what I get. Yeah, this is what I get. You out there kicking it,
living your best life.
I'm over here wearing this hot uniform.
Not hot uniform.
I can't get Rogaine.
Oh my God! Really?
I can't wear a toupee or none of that.
Why can't he get Rogaine?
Kicking it in the world because everybody will know.
Well, I mean, there's a certain point where you know that your hair is falling out as a man.
I know that, and that's when you should have tackled it, but he told him not to.
Like, I'm curious to see how Harry's baldness is going to advance, because he has it, but it's maintaining.
Knowing Harry, he'll cut all his off. He'll cut all his off. I guarantee you.
So does Prince William, does he have hair? I can't recall.
No, he's real thin right through here.
Does he have still like hair on the side?
Yeah, on the sides in the back.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he going bald.
I thought he just had no hair, and when you said that, when you were saying that Harry would just cut it off, I was like, wait.
No, Harry already has.
Prince William has done that. Yeah, I see that, but he still has a ton of hair, like all around here, though.
Yeah, I think he's.
It's so interesting how they're brothers, but they look like they have totally different.
Yeah. Yep. I think Harry looks more like his mother in the face.
Yeah, he does look like the Spencer.
And William looks like his dad.
Yeah, he does.
So.
He does. So speaking of his dad, he talked about his troubled relationship with Prince Charles, and what were your thoughts about that when he was sharing how basically his father hasn't returned his phone calls and he hasn't spoken to him since I think they went to Canada?
Yeah. I think his dad is the culprit behind all of this, really. I think the Queen just like she don't want nothing to do with it, and Charles is the one trying to rein everybody in.
But
He's
why
trying
do you
to
think
control
so?
It.
Because it's because it's distracting from what though?
Well, because it's not becoming of a royal.
Oh, Mr. I'm married to Camilla. Let's
exactly.
Out of the closet.
This dude can't talk for nothing.
He can't say nothing about nothing. If anything, you would think he would be compassionate towards his son. You know what I mean? That's the most sad. I think that's the saddest thing.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what you would think. But
and he mentioned that too. He mentioned that too. That was a little bit of a disappointment with his dad because he knew.
He's probably thinking. Prince Charles is probably thinking everybody forgot.
Just because people don't talk about it doesn't mean that people don't remember.
Well, he thinks he's bigger than that stuff. I mean,
really?
He's probably running around thinking, well, at least I ain't Prince Andrew.
But even Prince Andrew, that was something else too that was so interesting how they pick and choose which royals, quote unquote, they protect. And they have ferociously protected Prince, what's his name? Andrew.
Yeah. And he's been doing all the dirt.
Yeah, like there's pictures and there's like talk about receipts on that dude, and not one has been published since.
They basically did everything but kick him out of the palace. He's done. You're never gonna hear about him anymore.
And he's probably fine with it. When you think about it, you mean I get to just kind of?
Nah, he's gonna miss that lifestyle. He's gonna miss all the pomps and circumstance and all that stuff. He's gonna miss all that stuff.
So he's not getting invited to any other weddings or events at the palace anymore?
Probably not. No. Wouldn't they probably?
I wasn't sure how.
I wouldn't dare have it though.
I was just curious to know how he was handling it.
Because anytime he shows up, he's gonna be the story, no matter where he goes.
Yeah. One thing that I found really sweet, you were talking about the Queen and how you were saying how Charles was the one that's kind of the reason for this narrative. But it was so sweet. She was talking about the Queen and how she was just like very welcoming and warm. Like how she let her get under the blanket while they were sitting in the riding in the car, you know. And even Prince Harry, like he talks so warmly about his relationship with his grandmother.
Well, let me tell you something about monarchs. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Have you ever seen a movie? What is it? Filthy Rich Asians? Is that what it's called?
With Constance Wu.
No, is it Filthy Rich Asian? Is that what it's called?
With Constance Wu from Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah.
What's the premise of the movie?
Well, the premise of the movie is that the son, or the grandson.
Oh, you're talking about, it's called, I think it's Crazy Rich Asians.
Crazy Rich Asians, yeah. So basically,
I've seen
so
it.
the whole movie, you think it's his mom, right? You think it's his mom is the one who doesn't want her and her son to be together, right? But then you find out at the end that it wasn't her. She wanted them to be together.
Yeah.
It was the grandma who was like, "You better get that stuff to check, or I'm gonna cut you off." That's what's happening right now in Buckingham Palace. Do not let that old woman fool you. She's the one running the show.
She's been in power for like how many decades?
Yeah, she's the one running the show. Ain't nobody else running the show. Anybody over there who's running their mouth, they get dealt with quickly. So don't think for 1 minute.
You just contradicted yourself, though.
How?
Because you said that Prince Charles was responsible for the way things are, like the narrative around what's happening.
Yeah, because he's.
Are you saying it's dictated by his mother?
She's writing it all. Yeah.
She's like, okay, I need you to follow this board.
She's okay that whether she said something or not. Like her not saying anything is damaging.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and I'm not English. I don't know the royals like that, but I know for one thing, she ain't no quiet lady.
No, not at all.
She ain't no quiet lady. No, she is not a quiet lady.
Have you seen The Crown?
No.
You should watch it. I think people are gonna really watch that. You should watch it. It's really good.
Man, Lori's been watching it.
It's really good.
Yeah, but I think she's the one running the show. I think everything comes from her. Because if she would have said, you know what, Charles, shut up. She's family. That's it. Don't hear anything else about it. And that's it. Shut up. That would have been it. But no.
Well, something that came up that really, I think the number one most like, oh my God, they said that, was the conversation that Harry shared that he had with someone else in the palace about Archie's skin tone.
Yeah, it's his dad. That was his dad.
So you did not skip a beat.
Yeah, it was his dad. But I guarantee you, he wasn't the one who thought of it. It came from higher up.
Something like someone
it came from higher up. Yeah,
someone from HR.
That had to be the queen, or it had to be.
It might have been someone from HR.
No, I don't think so. I think it was the queen. Had to be the queen. Because HR ain't taking pictures with the baby.
Yeah, but sometimes they can bring up points of contention or points for consideration.
I think HR would have saw this as a great publicity stunt.
I don't know, because it doesn't seem like they wanted that.
Hey, that's what they did with Diana. That's what they did with Kay, and they were trying to do this with Meghan.
Were they trying to?
Yeah, it's a great PR stunt.
It doesn't match up. It just does not.
It does.
Match
it does up. Because look, Harry is never going to be king. So therefore, as far as HR is concerned, there's no problem. We ain't never going. There's never gonna be a black king. We ain't gotta worry about that. Ain't gonna be no problem. Ain't gonna be no problem at all. They already got the next three kings already set up.
They could say that, but things can happen. I'm just saying.
Nah. Even then, a lot of things gotta happen because
But at this point, I don't think, and I hate not saying that I want this to happen, but if for some reason like all like his family and that lineage were to something to happen to him, I don't think that Meghan would be like, yeah, you can be king. They would be like, hell no, we're good.
No, that's not how it works.
I know, but
Harry is way down there. He's after his uncles and his first cousin. He's way down there. You're gonna have to kill off almost half the family before Harry can even think about it. And his son,
you just know things have happened before in the past.
Yeah, but that's a lot.
I'm not saying that I'm wishing that, but
see, in the past,
if it was to happen, my point is they would be like, no.
No.
They would be like, no.
It would never be a consideration.
Even if it was a consideration, they still would be like, no.
But see, this is what I'm saying, though. This is the way HR would think. Like, there's no problem. We got to worry about him being king or any of that stuff. This is a great publicity stunt. This is fantastic. We're being all inclusive. Yes, this is great. Hey, Queen, take a picture with that black baby. Man, that's gonna be on Time magazine. I mean, that's the way they think. No, we're thinking about old prodigy white people from the 1940s. That's who the Queen is. She don't like black people. Let me ask you this: How many black people outside of Obama and Michelle Obama have you seen the Queen, meet?
I can't answer that educatedly. I don't know.
I can.
I don't even remember seeing her and the Obamas together. Honestly, I just heard that they were.
Yeah, because it was a big old kerfuffle. Because Michelle, she didn't bow. She reached out, and shook her hand. You remember that? It was just like a big old thing. Like, oh, Obama, she broke protocol. She like, come on, man, it's not that shit. It's some old chick from another country that doesn't have power. But she's not
even from that country, so why do I need to show you respect in that way? That's not how my country works. Yeah,
she doesn't even have power.
Right. Exactly.
So who cares?
So I do remember people being all up in arms over that, and that was the point that I remember someone making. It's like it's a little different if it would have been within that little royal circle, but Michelle was like the president's wife in the United States of America that is not a monarchy. That's how we do things.
And plus, Michelle Obama was more popular than the royals were.
Well, yeah.
Around the world. So
she still is.
Yeah, still is. Probably more so by now.
Yeah. But, yeah. Her level of popularity just skyrocketed when they left too.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's more popular than he is.
Yep. So I don't think anything gets by the Queen. No, anything that happens is on her. It's her house. It's her throne. It's her crown. It's on her. And she didn't say nothing either. She didn't say nothing.
She's not going to say anything.
Now I guarantee you this: if something like that happened to Aaron, who's gonna be the first one on TV yelling at somebody? Mama.
I didn't say there's so many people.
Mm-hmm. Mama. Don't you better not talk about my grandbaby like that.
Yeah. Yeah. She would go there.
Queen ain't said nothing. I mean, that just tells you, like, come on now. The Queen is protocol. HR works for the Queen.
But now that you say that, this point that they talked about in regards to one, not giving him a title, which didn't make sense. And then two, it was about about providing protection for him. When she was
Yeah,
talking about that, I was like, it just didn't make
that
any
was
sense. That was
that was
crazy.
from what I gathered. They told them that prior to the question of how his skin color was going to be.
Yeah.
So that told me that they already knew. Like, oh no, we ain't getting no black people no titles up here. Because Prince William, he has two sons or one son? He has two sons, right?
I think, yeah, he has two.
So the second son is never going to see the crown either.
Right.
So why give him a title?
Yeah, but they talk about protocol. This is protocol, but then you're picking and choosing protocol based on the color.
Look, all them titles and shit is all bullshit.
It's but bullshit. They use them. The point is, the point she was making is you use them. And what else could it be besides the fact that he is going to be a black. Oh, boy.
yeah. I mean, that's the only reason.
Yeah. Because so it's kind of like, come on now. Don't bring up protocol when it's convenient.
Yeah, being the Duchess of Essex. Have you?
I don't want that.
It's nothing.
I've heard
it
about.
It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. Duchess of Essex is kind of a slap in the face, really. But to me, it doesn't really mean a whole lot. It's just all pompous tradition. It's
pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, it's just pompous tradition. So for you to say, well, we're not going to give him a title, that's bullshit. I mean, everybody can see right through it. No matter what kind of excuse they have, there is none. Because there's people running around. Yeah, there's people running around there that are 5th, 6th, 7th cousins that have titles. They might be a duke or a lord or a lady or whatever, but they still have titles. And you're not going to give this little man a title?
Yeah.
That's all right. But you know what? It's going to be okay, though. Because the public is going to give him a title. They don't have to do anything. And by no fault of his own, they're going to dub him something. And whatever they call him, they might call him, the Prince of Princes. I don't know.
The Prince of Princes. Oh, like how they name Michael Jackson the King of Pop.
Yeah, they might do that or something like that. Give him an elevated title, right? Even though it doesn't mean nothing on paper, neither does the titles that they have. It's just in-house.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they just kind of screwing themselves everywhere they go. They have damaged themselves to the point to where they are straight up garbage now.
Yeah.
And they just cannot get it right.
This is going to be a hard one for them to come back from.
They should let Charles marry whoever the hell he wanted to marry.
Why didn't they? Do you know a lot about the history of the royals at all?
Yeah.
Why did he not? What was the reason behind them not wanting him to marry? What was her name? Camilla.
Because I think she had a relationship with somebody else. I can't remember if she was married before. I don't think so. I think she was engaged before or something like that.
Yeah, she was like a little rough around the edges there.
Yeah, she was with somebody else too, who was very popular too. But she was a commoner as well. But the queen just didn't like her.
Yeah.
But get this. The queen, the family, they're not even British.
What are they?
They're not British. They're German.
You don't say Irish, because potatoes and butter and cheese.
This girl said potatoes, butter, and cheese.
Irish. Love me some Kerrygold butter.
Yeah, they German. The queen's grandmother and grandfather, they're both German, I believe. German.
Wow.
Yeah, they're not even British.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, now, it's a big thing in Britain where they're like, and that's why, like, back in the 70s where you had all those punk bands coming out of London, talking about talking bad about the Queen and stuff. And that's the reason why, because she's not British. So there's a large segment of the population that are like, why are we celebrating this lady? She's not even British. She's German.
That's interesting. That is very, very interesting.
But that tells you just how jacked up that you have people who come from another land for political reasons, come from another land and run a country.
But that's what they get, because the British went around like colonizing and just infecting people. So it's kind of like, haha, we got you back.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of hard to have sympathy, is my point.
Yeah. So Prince William will be the first, well, no, he won't even be British. The first British person to sit on the throne is William's son. In well over 100 years. Ain't that something?
That's a long time.
Yeah.
You won't see if they'll even still be a monarchy in the way. I think they're shifting. I think the monarchy is going to shift in some ways.
It's going to die out. It's going to die out. I mean, honestly, the family's too ugly. I'm just going to put it out there. They're too ugly. They not handsome people.
Well, their insides match their outsides. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they just are ugly people. So nobody's really going to put a whole lot of stock in it. All the people who are like 60, 70, 80 years old, when they're gone.
But even some of them don't really care for the monarchy.
Well, I'm just saying, after that, those people are gone, who's really going to care?
Yeah, because the younger generation, this whole interview is going to piss them off because
if you watch anytime they have some type of parade or something, when the royals come out, blah blah blah, look at all those people along the side. Most of them old people. They still come out. Some people ain't got time for that. They're like, man, I gotta get to work. I gotta flip these burgers to hold up traffic. I'm gonna be late.
Yeah.
So you just got the old generation that keeps coming to those stupid parades and stuff.
They like
I just don't think people really gonna care in about another 30 years. People just ain't gonna care.
I don't think they care that much now.
No, ain't got no power. You can't do nothing.
So I want to bring up two more points. The first one was how she admitted that she considered suicide. That one was I was like, wow.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure they try to put the clamps on. You can't do this. You can't talk to this. You gotta stay here. You can't go here. Just here goes a piece of paper. This is exactly what you say. Do not say anything else. Stuff like that. That's like, damn. They don't want you to be yourself. They want you to be the image that they want you to portray.
But then they're not even happy with that image.
No,
that image is not even going to be enough for them.
No, it's a beast that just cannot be fulfilled. It can't be. Yeah. It can't fill itself up. It just continues to eat and eat and eat and never get full.
What was really sad is how she said that she went to ask for help. Because I'm sure that's probably protocol, right? You keep everything within the firm. And so she went to ask for help, and they pretty much told her,
nope,
go back to your room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just like so sad.
It's real sad because they didn't want, well, for one, they knew the reason why she was asking for help. So that's the reason. it's not like they didn't want to help her per se. I think it was more of we don't want you talking to nobody about the reason why. Because if you go, people say, well, why are you here? Oh, because, people in Buckingham Palace, they trying to change who I am. They won't let me do what I want to do. And, all this other crazy stuff that's going on, they didn't want that. But I mean, it's all out there now. And they made it even worse by not allowing her to get help. I think if they went and allowed her, the thing is, they could have still kept this all in the inside. They could have went and got somebody. It didn't have to be somebody from Britain. It could have been somebody from somewhere else.
They could have let her mom come visit. It could have been simple as that. Because I think she was saying how she couldn't even talk to her family and her friends or see them like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they shut it all down. And I know she talked to one of her friends, and she said this last year. And she flat out said it. She was like, she's not happy. She's not happy at all. And she just kind of left it at that. And people were like, what's she talking about? And Markle didn't say anything. And I think the tabloids, because they shut it down, she couldn't say nothing. And the tabloids just had a field day where they're talking about Meghan Markle was mad at her friend for telling her business and all this other stuff. I think Meghan was really like, hey, man, tell everybody that I am not happy. Please, right now, please do so. But
she may not have said it, but I think that's a sign of like a real friend that sees and recognizes you're in trouble and is like, she's not happy. Like almost like, I see you, you little Fermi royal people.
Well, I can't remember the girl's name, but she's been up there kicking it with him. So yeah, I think Meghan really put that out there, was hoping that would break that bind, but it just didn't.
Yeah.
They just made the royals double down.
Oh, this is what they told her when she went. This is what she said happened. She said that they told her that their heart goes out to you because I see how bad it is, but there's nothing we can do to protect you because you're not a paid employee of the institution. When I heard her say that, I was like, wow. So how would she become a paid employee of the institution?
You say
that would never happen.
Then again, that's the queen. That's the queen. This is all on her. If the queen says, the queen is the head of the institution. She is the CEO. There are no board members. Okay? There are no board members. What she says goes. And she's like, I'm going outside with no socks. Guess who's going outside with no socks? Now, they can make up some type of story after it's happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this all goes down to her. She probably thought it was weak for her to want to help. Because do you think Elizabeth wanted to marry who she married? No. Mm-hmm. Charles didn't get to marry who he wanted to marry until later. So she probably was thinking she just need to suck it up. This is what it is to be a royal, which is so archaic and stupid. This is not the late 1800s. So they need to get with the program. They need to let people marry who they want to marry and be done with it. And if they act crazy or something, then you can banish them. At least you have a reason. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't be banishing people before they do anything. So I think they lost a huge opportunity because Meghan could have been their
ticket to 100 more years.
Yeah. They could have rolled her to glory.
But they didn't treat her in a respectful way. That's what happens. You can't just treat people like crap and think that they're just gonna get in line. Doesn't work that way.
Yep.
Not at all. So the final point is that I found really interesting was how she revealed that they actually got married 3 days before the ceremony.
Yeah, I think they all kind of do that. And it's
Do
really
they?
more for, yeah, it's really more for security reasons. But yeah, they get married because the marriage that you see on TV, that's just the show.
Yeah, that's what she was saying.
Yeah, that's just the
The
show.
wedding is for the people.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, I think that's pretty much kind of the norm, I think.
I don't know. I can't answer that. And so the final thing is that they're having a girl. Yay!
Yep. Yep.
I wasn't expecting her to reveal the sex during the interview.
And all I can tell you is that the queen better hope this baby is ugly. Because if this baby is not ugly, it is a wrap. It's a wrap. If this baby is cute in any way, it's a wrap. Queen lost the game. She's out, baby. Ain't nobody gonna care. If the baby is cute, it's a wrap.
Well, Archie is cute, so
Meghan and Harry won. If this baby come out cute, it's done. It's done. It's a wrap.
Why?
Huh?
Tell me why in 2 minutes. Why?
Because cuteness wins over ugly every day. Inside and out.
Because because one of the things that was super cute that he was sharing about Archie, Oprah was asking like what's his favorite word? Like his favorite word was like he likes to tell people when they're leaving, drive safe. Mm-hmm. Drive safe and like hydrate.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Where did you get that one from? But my favorite was when Harry was like talking about how he likes to put him on the back of his bicycle. And he was saying how he never had that opportunity to just like get on a bicycle and just ride a bicycle on his own.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some freedoms that they have now that I think they really are going to consider luxury.
Yeah. And it's just it just goes to show you the little simple things.
Yeah.
Are the most
small things. And you can tell that he's really into his family.
Yeah.
William, not so much.
William's just kind of dead inside, though.
Well, yeah, he's like, okay. We have to do what again?
He just did it because that was what was expected of him.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's the biggest rift between him and Harry.
Well, he is living a life that he will never know.
And I'm pretty sure he probably told her, you know how much I sacrificed while you were just gallivanting all over the world? I was over here sacrificing, son. I couldn't marry Joanna from the bar. I couldn't do it.
From the bar?
They got me marrying some old flat booty girl over here that I don't know her for nothing. She's terrible. She can't even make toast.
She doesn't need to make toast. That's what the kitchen staff is for.
I'm just saying.
Just saying, too.
They probably don't even sleep in the same bedroom. You want to put money on it?
No, because I don't think they do.
No, I can tell you they don't. Because they already act like they've been married 50 years.
I think, I don't think they're allowed to. They have separate quarters. I'll put it that way.
Well, they have separate quarters, but they're gonna do what they want to do.
It's nice to have separate quarters. Not have to be next to someone that snores or hogs the covers. Yeah. You can actually sleep in the middle of the bed, which is the best part of a bed.
Yeah. No. Well, all I can say is that the royal family messed up big time. And I don't think there's any coming back from this. And like I said, if that baby is cute in any way, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
All right. On that note, it's been an interesting conversation, Mark Love.
That it has. And I wish Harry and Meghan the best. I hope they write this into the sunset. And then I hope everybody else in the royal palace gets diarrhea.
We can't leave on diarrhea. You know that, right?
Why? It's natural. It happens.
Diarrhea is not natural. That's the whole point of having diarrhea. Is a signal that something ain't right inside. Hello.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm glad you say that. Something ain't right. Yeah, all of them need diarrhea. Mm-hmm. Maybe they learn from it. Let it be a learning lesson. I got diarrhea. Is it something I did wrong?
You can keep having diarrhea if you keep eating the same thing that's causing you to have diarrhea. So until they change their diet, which I don't think they will.
Nope. No, they're not gonna learn. They think they're bigger than learning.
They're stuck. My vision is that they have.
No, they're not stuck. They choose. They
have committed to this life, and thus, so this is what and how they must live.
I can tell you right now, ain't nobody stopping nobody from walking out of that building and saying, you know what, screw this place, I'm out. Ain't nobody stopping them doing that.
No, it's not that. There's never that. It's always an invisible, self-imposed, invisible fence or what have you.
Yeah.
But anyway, we just couldn't leave off of diarrhea. That was just like, really.
You brought it up again.
I'm still mad at you for saying that.
That was on you, man. Because we leaving off on diarrhea because you brought it up again.
Nope. Everyone stay hydrated, as little Archie would say. Hydrate.
Stay hydrated.
No, hydrate. Drive safe. Hydrate.
But don't hydrate while you're driving.
Why?
That's not safe. Hydrate at the stoplight.
Okay. Drive safe. And then when you get to your destination, then you hydrate.
Hydrate.
All right.
Drink all the great Kool-Aid you can. All right, then, Coco.
No, hydrate with water.
Oh, Lord. Kool-Aid is water. Just taste it.
Oh, my God. Great.
My sister can't stand me. My sister cannot stand me. I love my sister, though.
I never said I can't stand you. All right.
All right, then, Coco.
I'm going to let my eyes close and sleep.
Yeah, go get some sleep.
All right. Bye.
All right, people. We'll see you this time next week. See you.